Hello, Internet, your friendly neighborhood gremlin here, and today we're going to give Rooney a boxing ring, which is absolutely something I never thought I was going to volunteer to do, and yet here we are. I guess sometimes I just decide I need to jump into the deep end, and I have no idea what it is I'm doing. So if this doesn't look at all accurate, blame Riverdale, which is maybe not the best reference for accuracy, but I really like the way that Archie's gym looks, and so that was it looks nothing like that, to be perfectly honest with you. That was just the starting point. But do know that I do like Riverdale, so if you're ever offended that I don't like something you like, remember that I enjoy the hot, chaotic mess that is Riverdale, and you'll probably feel better. I don't know, taste is like a Venn diagram. There are the good things, and then there are the things that I like, and sometimes we meet in the middle, but we don't always. We are just going to pretend that that retro diner wall is in fact just a bunch of messy posters and stuff all slapped up on the wall, because it was the best that I could do in Animal Crossing, and I really wanted it to look like that. I'm going to try and put stuff up on the other walls, but it's not going to achieve the same cluttered effect. Oh, we really need to talk about the fact that that boxing ring is treated as a bed in Animal Crossing. Like you lie down on it, which, I don't understand. This isn't something I discovered, of course, until I was trying to do the ending, and I thought it would be cute to do it in the ring. No. Also, you can't put anything on it. Who's lying down on a boxing ring? So I guess that can be the new thing that we learned today. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about the YouTube numbers anymore, but I just want to talk about this weird thing that the studio page did to me. It's always been a little wonky with views and whatever. This video has 2 views on the front page, but only 1 view on the analytics page. Whatever. Anyway, doesn't matter. That's not super important, I guess. It's frustrating because if a second person has actually watched the video, I want to know how long they watched it for. Because I get excited when people watch the video for more than 10 seconds. But I kind of just want to talk about this weird mystery comment thing because it was a little bit weird. Someday, a few days back, YouTube told me I had a comment on a video, and there was no comment, and I couldn't find it. I went through all of the things you could do to see if maybe you could see it later or whatever. It just kind of disappeared off the numbers page, so I don't know what happened, if there really was a comment or not. And then you get a comment, and it says 0 comments, so you don't know until YouTube tells you 5 hours later in a notification on the actual YouTube site. And it still said 0 on the content page. The comment existed in there, it said 0. You'd think 1 and none is a pretty easy metric to get right, but apparently not. So I'm sorry if that just bored you. I just really find it fascinating. I joined a Reddit so I could talk about that stuff there and not bother you with it, but then I was too afraid to post on the Reddit. I don't know, flares stress me out. It's one of those things where they were like, you can't have no flares, and if you use the wrong one, we might delete your post. But they also don't have a clear defined list of what exactly falls into each category. So I just kind of gave up. And now here we are again. Sorry. But back to talking about the build, because that's kind of why you're here, right? I added that Halloween bunting and felt really proud of myself, even though it makes literally no sense. I don't know what I was trying to do with the gears. They're just kind of there. There's also those orange spotlights in the back. I just forgot to take those down. Well, I think I removed one of them, but I forgot to take the other one down, so it's just kind of there. We tried to do a fun thing with the pendants, but also they have 6 feet of space they need around them, and there was no way to configure them into anything that was not just identical. I was mostly just trying to fill the wall space. We also put up a picture of Rooney, because it's his gym, though maybe that's a little bit egotistical. But we finally made it upstairs, where I have actual build-related things to talk about, which is exciting, because I try some things, and then some other things don't work, and it's a process. I had to take a break in the middle, because I was too frustrated. But really, that is kind of the best thing to do, because you can have space, and when you come back, you have other ideas, and things are different. And while it's still not exactly what I wanted it to be, it is a thing that I kind of think I like, even though it's a little bit convoluted and large. I suppose really what it boils down to is that I wanted too many things, and I was not willing to compromise with myself. It can oftentimes be detrimental to have an idea that goes into your head, and then you must fulfill it, and there's no other way. Also kind of is the thing that makes my builds fun. It certainly leads to a large amount of questionable decisions, which is my favorite part of building, to be perfectly honest with you. Anyway, maybe we should talk about the plan. Mostly, I wanted to have a locker room, but I also really needed to have like a small little office, but also a small kitchen space. Here's one of my favorite bits of the build. I actually use the changing room as a shower because the shower is huge. And while I'm sure this is a thing other people have done somewhere on the internet, I felt really clever when I thought of it. And it was just kind of nice. But we go from clever to questionable real fast because I felt very strongly that we needed to have that boxing corner in the corner. And while I cannot tell you what compelled me to do this, I also kind of like it. But here we come into the problem that I cannot put things directly together, which makes me sad. While there is something I really like about this shower, bench, towels combo, we are going to have to reconfigure this in a minute, and so the benches will end up next to each other. And now I get to spend some time problem solving. Essentially what the problem is just that I want the office to be able to have stuff behind it on the wall. Don't ask me why that was so important, but believe me, it was very important. And then I hated the way the kitchen looked there, so we're going to try and use these. It's not going to work, but I mean, we try our best. I also don't really know why I thought it would work, because I would have had to put a wall on the other side of them, and that would just give me less space. Look, we were trying things. And then I finally conceded and agreed that the kitchen is more important than there being stuff on the wall behind the desk. Especially because it would have been too long anyway, and that just would have caused more problems. Funnily enough, when I had to make the room larger, because I realized I needed to be able to put things in the locker room, and I forgot that I wanted a kitchen at that point back there, I had originally come up with this as a solution, and this is when I discovered how much I wanted things on the back wall of the office. And then we had to concede anyway. It turns out alright in the end, and we get to have the kitchen, and literally 0 other people are hung up on the fact that there's not stuff on the wall behind the desk. Right? So now we're gonna put our protein powder on the counter, which was literally the only reason I wanted a kitchen in the first place. Here's the thing I'm going to tell you, because I have 2 minutes to fill, and I am at the point where my brain hurts so much I can't think of anything except the fact that my brain hurts. We had an exterior to this build here, and it was pretty simple, and it wasn't very great, and it's not like I'm super proud of it or anything. I don't know, it was kind of nice, but you're not going to see it, because I'm running out of things to say. Which I suppose is an adventure and a half, because I need to do this quickly so I can lay down. So if you want to jump ship or jump forward to the reveal, I don't blame you. It's totally okay. You don't have to listen to me do this, but I do feel that it is important that I speak, because I cannot watch videos where people don't talk to me. There are some people who are like great builders, but they don't talk to me. And I need them to talk to me, because otherwise I can't pay attention to what's going on. My brain just needs to be doing 3 things at once, so it can concentrate. And for some reason, there's something about some people speaking that my brain doesn't like. Like, it's super weird. I don't even actually know what it is about the voice that does it, because they're not consistent. Somehow my brain just shuts off, and then somehow it's been 30 minutes and I don't remember any of the things that they've said. And so I have to go back and watch it again and again. If I sit and I say every single word they're saying in my head while they say it, I can do it. But I mean, who wants to do that all the time? It's hard. And there are so many other options that do not do this to me. I've been sitting here trying to think of examples so I can explain this better, but my brain is mush, and we've finally made our way to the reveal. So if you've liked the build, or you've sort of just enjoyed listening to me chatter at you, you can hit the like button. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the build, or literally anything else, in a comment down below. I promise to try and stop making all of my comments begin with "thanks so much," because while I do mean it, and it's genuinely just the thing that comes out of my head, I don't know, it maybe sounds like it's contrived or canned and insincere. And sorry if I didn't say that right. My brain is mush, and I don't have time to do 16 takes to try and figure out the best way it is to say the thing that I mean. And if you're still here, and you think you might want to do this again sometime, you can hit the subscribe button. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye!